and they already brought up the chip. The chip is already in Sweden, in the Nordic areas, right? It's a chip they put in their hand that it basically like their bank account is in there, so they don't have to use debit cards or credit cards. They just, swipe their finger and they pay for shit, you know what I'm saying? Or they're able to open their doors, you know what I'm saying? Like their doors, they don't need a key, they don't need to punch them a code or nothing like that. They just, tap their finger and their door unlocks. Or they just go like this and their door unlocks. Basically, it's convenience, right? It's ease and convenience, basically laziness. That's how they sell the chip to people. And they also try to push it, actually they already did push it on people in jail. During the Rona, they want to implement chips in prisoners so that way they know who has the Rona and who doesn't have the Rona. They're trying to implement this chip in different ways. They're trying to put it in your body. The real thing that they want is your mind. Hey, what up, y'all? It's your bro with God. Today I'm talking to you about another show recommendation, and this time I'm talking about The Feed on Amazon Prime. What The Feed is, it's a chip that they put inside people's neck or their head or whatever like that. And it's basically your TV, your laptop, and your cell phone all in one. You basically have it all inside your head. Let's say if a TV station is playing something, you just have to basically think about it, and then your mind will play it, basically like a screen will pop up in your mind and you'll see whatever channel it is you want to see. Another thing is with phone calls, right? You could basically if somebody else has the chip, you could link to them and basically talk to them mentally and even see them. They could pop up wherever you're at. They'll walk up because it's in your mind. The chip accesses their brain, and then the way they show up to you, they'll pop up right there. And sometimes you can even feel them and shit because it's attached to your brain. So it would act like, you could feel the way you could touch the way they feel and all that shit. Also with your laptop too. With the chip, you could basically access the internet and look and search up things. The reason I bring all this up is because that's the next place we are going to, okay? The mind, the chip. And what's it really all about? It's gonna always be advertised as something that makes your life easier, more convenient, faster, all that shit. But what it really is about control. You see on that show that the company that puts that chip in you, now their CEO, whoever like that, has access to your mind. The chip also helps you because it basically allows you to retain your memories. So let's say you went on a few dates or something like that and you never saw the person again. You could go into the chip and basically play that memory over again. Play the feelings over, play the voices over, play the whole scene over again in your mind. So that's what will make it very attractive to people. And just like I said with all technology, the way they're gonna bring it to you is there's gonna be a sales pitch, which is, hey, this is gonna make your life easier, better. You could bring up memories, this, that, all that shit, right? And they're gonna see who's gonna pay top dollar for it, who's gonna volunteer to get it. And the next thing they're gonna do is that they're gonna influence you to get it, right? They're gonna have celebrities, people that they know you like, people that you watch a lot on social media, people who basically have an impact on your life. They're gonna use them, and they're also gonna give you incentives, maybe pay you. Let's say the government uses your tax dollars to make it free and shit like that. So that way you could catch up to society and put that chip in your head. Then once enough people got it, the amount of people that get it are over 50%, and you see that their goal number is 70%. Once it gets to around that range, then that's what they're gonna make it mandatory. Because now, when you have the majority of people on your side, whoever is left is gonna be hard for them to fight. Because now the people that got it already in their head, they got it there. You can't really take it out. It's like the people that get vaccinated. Once they get vaccinated, they can't take the vaccine. Now it's in there. Now, a lot of people are pro free will, regardless if they got the vaccine or not. But a lot of other people are just, they don't want to seem they don't want to seem or feel like what they're doing is wrong. So they will be pro non-freedom of choice. They will be pro victimizing. They'll be pro, oh, no, you gotta do it for me, because what if you get me sick or the old people sick, kids sick, and those kind of fucking people, right? Who are the worst people possible, because what they are really, they're cowards. They're afraid to admit that taking away freedom of choice is wrong. Freedom of choice, free will, is a God-given right. Any animal that's in the wild has it. You feel me? If a lion wants to go swimming, he could go swimming. If a tiger wants to climb a tree, he could climb a tree. It should be the same way for us. You know what I'm saying? If a lion wants to fucking eat grass, he can eat grass. The grass ain't good for him, but he could if he wants to. You know what I'm saying? He could walk over there if he wants to. We're the only ones that set boundaries and limits. Animals don't set boundaries and limits. What they do is they're just, yo, don't come my territory, don't come close to me. That's about it. That's as far as they go. But nature gives you free will, freedom to do your own choice, freedom to have your own choice, freedom to commit to whatever the fuck it is you want to commit to. You gotta beware with these freaking mandates. What they just did with the Rona and the vaccines and all that shit, they gave you their playbook. They showed you their playbook as to how they're gonna move. They're gonna use things going along forward. People have been warning you that it's a testing phase. And they already brought up the chip. The chip is already in Sweden and in the Nordic areas, right? It's a chip they put in their hand that it basically like their bank account is in there, so they don't have to use debit cards or credit cards. They just, swipe their finger and they pay for shit, you know what I'm saying? Or they're able to open their doors, you know what I'm saying? Like their doors, they don't need a key, they don't need to punch them a code or nothing like that. They just, tap their finger and their door unlocks. Or they just go like this and their door unlocks. Basically, it's convenience, right? It's ease and convenience, basically laziness. That's how they sell the chip to people. And they also try to push it, actually they already did push it on people in jail. During the Rona, they want to implement chips in prisoners so that way they know who has the Rona and who doesn't have the Rona. They're trying to implement this chip in different ways. They're trying to put it in your body. The real thing that they want is your mind. And that's why I keep on talking to you about your mind, your superpower, your God power. What makes you different from everything else is your imagination. That's what they're trying to control with the programming, with TV, with social media, with advertising. They're trying to get in your head. They're trying to program your subconscious mind. They're trying to set limits and boundaries on your imagination. You ever try to picture something or imagine something and then you're like, oh no, that's unrealistic, and you just stop imagining it? That's the outside programming affecting your imagination. When people created planes, spaceships, cell phones, when Steve Jobs with the fucking, with the smartphone, with the iPhone and shit like that, there was nothing like those things out before. You know what I'm saying? It came up in somebody's mind, somebody's imagination that thought unrealistically, and then just kept on asking questions and kept trying to find a way to create that. That's the way your imagination works. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't have boundaries, right? Your boundaries should be not what's realistic, not what's legal, not what's illegal, not, what does take the government out of your imagination. The government has no power over your imagination. The government's laws, the mandates, the taxes, take all that shit out of your fucking imagination. They have no power in there. They have no real estate in there. So don't give them that. Don't even get the laws of physics and nature that. Nobody has realistic or unrealistic power over your fucking imagination. It's boundless, right? But you could create boundaries that way to empower your imagination by basically setting up boundaries like, oh, don't imagine, people getting hurt. Don't imagine being better than somebody else. Don't imagine disconnecting people. Don't imagine devaluing people. Don't imagine things that basically go against God, that go against, love, connection, empowerment, independence. Don't imagine need. Don't imagine like people needing something. Imagine fulfilling a need and creating independence. You want to create independence with people. You don't want to create a need with people, because when there's a need, that means there's going to be a disconnect. You don't want disconnect. What disconnect does is that eventually it's going to create competition. What competition creates is that it creates anger, and anger is going to create division. Right? Division, anger, all that shit's gonna create violence, and it creates basically like a negative state for society. You don't want to be part of that imagination. You want to be part of that picture. So whatever it is you're imagining, whatever it is you're picturing, let it be something that's based on love, connection, and empowerment. So remember the 80-20 rule, just to keep yourself away from this chip thing happening. The 80-20 rule, 80% of your time in the natural world, in real life. Same, and then 20% of your time, with technology. So what does that mean? There's 24 hours in a day. So you sleep 8 hours a day. So that's 16 hours. So basically you have about 3 hours and a quarter, 3.25 hours for technology. So that's over 3 hours to search the internet, to be on your phone, to watch TV. Now, what does this do? What do these limits around technology do? They basically use technology with a purpose, which is what technology was meant for. It was meant to help you with a purpose. So now, when you watch TV, you watch it for a reason, a specific reason. And you ask yourself, what do you want to get out of this show? What do you want to get out of this movie? What do you want to get out of this program? What do you want to see? What is it you're trying to feel? What is it you're trying to get from it? You know what I'm saying? Because your time is limited. You got to limit your time with it. Same thing with the internet. When you watch YouTube and shit like that, you got to ask yourself, what the fuck do I want from this? What am I looking for? What do I want? You got to keep on asking. You got to think before you use technology. Same thing with your cell phone. You only have 3 hours and a quarter of a day to be on technology, period. Social media, right? Well, you're probably set an alarm because I know even with me, I'll scroll through Instagram, like next thing I know, I think nothing happened and I've been on that shit for like 45 minutes without even freaking noticing it. You know what I'm saying? Because I keep on, all right, 10-second videos, 5-second videos. Oh, look at this picture. Oh, this is funny. Oh, look at this meme. And you keep on going and you keep on getting hit with this dopamine, with these dopamine jabs that are coming in you. You got to keep mind of that. You got to be mindful of that. Remember the 80-20 rule. So try practicing that. You know, I know a lot of it is going to be hard to do, but, you know, basically take baby steps. Don't go from 0 to 100. And let's associate that. Let's take it a step further with the 80-20 rule. Associate that also with your money, with your investments, which we should all have. Invest 80% in real life, in natural things, meaning businesses, land, property, luxury goods, precious metals, people, physical things, stocks and stuff like that, even though it's digital, but you're buying pieces of physical companies. And then you could put 20% of your money into whatever technology shit you want, right? Crypto, NFTs, basically shit that you can't touch at all. You can't physically, that it has no physical presence. NFTs and crypto have no physical presence. Also, the more technical something is, the less control the people have. If currency fully goes crypto, the people lose all power and the banks have all power. It don't matter if they're like, oh, it's to combat the banks. Don't be stupid. The government is what basically dictates what is accepted as currency, and the bank is basically what dictates the government dictates. You know what I'm saying? Because when governments go to war, when governments want shit, who they holla at? They holla at banks. You feel me? Banks are the ones that control the money. Politicians suck at money. Politicians are horrible with money. Politicians don't fucking work. Those dudes, even Warren Buffett, what's that dude's name? Bernie Sanders talks about the working people, the poor class and shit like that. He never had a job. These people never had jobs. They basically live off of perks and privileges. People that live off of perks and privileges should not be in control of the economy and finances. Trust people that own businesses. Trust people that actually have jobs and shit like that. Because those are people that actually are making a difference. All government's supposed to do, they're supposed to be referees. They're supposed to set boundaries. They're supposed to not allow the little people to be taken advantage of by the big people. Basically, they're there to stop monopolies. They're there to stop someone like Bill Gates and Microsoft from cornering a market like software, okay? Which they basically have. And Bill Gates did get sued for that, and he didn't lose the lawsuit. But guess what? Microsoft still basically has a monopoly on software, all right, through contracts. Let me stay on track. So let's keep that investment portfolio to the 80-20. And basically what you do with that is that you'll aid the future, your nieces, your nephews, your kids. You'll aid them in having something physical, something they can touch in the future. Do the same shit with your memories too. A lot of you, especially this new generation, there is no evidence of you. Your pictures, your videos, everything about you is in a cloud, is in your phone, is online. You can't touch it. If the internet goes down, if we lose electricity, we lose the memory of you. You have no memories here. You feel me? You don't got no statues. You don't got no paintings. You don't got no physical pictures. Try to get physical pictures, all right? Every month. A lot of y'all take pictures, 1,000 pictures every fucking month. Go out your way to get some pictures actually printed. You know what I'm saying? When you're with your family, your birthday, you know, when you did something, you achieved something, get a physical copy of that. Get a physical thing of that. Do the same thing with music. I got all this music digitally. Get a physical piece of music. CDs, fucking vinyl, cassette tape, whatever the fuck. It don't matter if it's old and outdated. It don't matter. You have it physically. It's yours. It's in your possession. Google, the Dropbox. All these people can't tell you can't have your shit. They don't have power over your shit because you have it. Let's get, let's focus more on nature. Let's focus more on what's physical. And yeah, have a foot, in technology and shit, but don't go crazy about it. Technology is only there to aid the physical reality. It's not there to replace it. All right. It's your boy, the God. I'll catch y'all next time. One.